be launching a tasty pastry. It's a low-carb Pop-Tart. It's got 3 to 4 grams of net carbs, and we love this show. This is our best place to be in LA.
Welcome back to Legendary Foods Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Friday, December 31st, 2021. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. Since this is our last show of the year, I thought it would be fun to recap a few of the biggest headlines of the season. And we can't talk about big headlines without mentioning the man who is literally and figuratively the biggest name in the industry. The reigning and defending 2-time Mr. Olympia champ, Big Ramy. Coming into the year, there was a lot of speculation about whether or not he'd be able to successfully defend his Mr. Olympia title, because in a lot of people's minds, there was still doubt about whether or not he could consistently show up in championship shape. But as we all saw back in October, winter is here, and it doesn't look like it's going anywhere anytime soon. The man is a force of nature, and the impact that his win had on the season absolutely cannot be understated. I think the internet might explode if we try to do a season recap without including a story on Nick Walker. So here we go. Ramy might be the Olympia champ, but when we go back and look at 2021, a decade from now, we're going to remember it as the year of the mutant. He started his season off by shocking the world and winning at the New York Pro. Then, not even a full month later, he pulled off the impossible when he called his own shot to win the Arnold Classic. And then he capped it all off with a top 5 finish at his Olympia debut. I'm not going to make this a historical thing because I'm sure someone out there will blow up the comments if I forget something. So, all I'm going to say is that he had one of the best second-year seasons that we've ever seen from a competitor in a very long time. And it seems like his best years are still ahead of him. The future is bright in bodybuilding, and there's no denying that Nick Walker stands to play a big role in whatever happens next. Full disclosure here, I was back and forth on what to include as the third segment here because there are so many different angles to take. But here's why. I settled on Cyd Gillon. The last time she placed lower than first in a show was March of 2017, which was before Donald Trump's first 100 days in the White House were up, before the entire world turned upside down because of COVID, and before all 3 of my kids were even born. Well, not really, but that's how long she's had a stranglehold on the entire figure division. Her reign of terror is in its 2nd presidency, and after her win this year, she is absolutely 100% beyond any shadow of a doubt the greatest athlete in the history of figure. So yeah, there are other male athletes who did all sorts of incredible work this year, but they're all taking a back seat to the reigning and defending 5-time figure Olympia champ, because what she did this year wasn't just great, it was historically great, and it should be more than just a footnote on the 2021 season. And finally, I want to close out the show and the year by paying respect to a few of the people who we lost way too soon. This was a hard year for a lot of different reasons, but maybe the biggest reason is the amount of tragedy and loss that we all experienced together. This year was unlike anything in recent memory because we lost so many incredible, special people way too soon. And when we look back at 2021, I think we'll remember this as the year of the gone too soon. I'm not going to mention anyone specifically because I don't want it to seem like I'm saying one person was more important than any other that's out there. Any loss of life is tragic because everyone is someone's son or daughter or father, mother, brother, sister, and so on. Life is so delicate and so fragile and so short that we really do need to remind ourselves every day of how lucky we are to be here and count our blessings for how fortunate we are to be surrounded by people we love. So at some point today, before you go outside and celebrate whatever lies ahead in the new year, do yourself a favor and take some time to show some gratitude for what you have here and now, because tomorrow is never promised. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And have a happy new year.